can check it out, assuming I can make it work. Hi, Griswold and Willis Rowdy and all that. Well, we're getting a lot here. Mr. Evan. I'm live on I'm live on YouTube and Instagram at the same time. So if you have any questions, let me know. The car's behind me. Good thing about the live on the Instagram is I can take my phone over there and show you if you want to see. This other one is fixed camera. So cool. Glad we're getting so many people on the old Instagram. That's cool. If you are on YouTube and you haven't checked out my Instagram, it is the same thing, Geek and Son, Geekson, A-N-D-S-O-N, Geek and Son. Check it out. And that's where I put a lot of pictures and stuff while I'm right in the middle of stuff. Because when you do it on YouTube, you got to usually edit the video and it takes forever. So that way you can get the stuff a lot quicker. Cool. All right. Well, I'll tell you what I did this weekend. Nothing. I didn't even touch the car. My goal was to get some of this stuff. Evercoat. Is it reversed for you guys too? Evercoat plastic honey. You mix this with the body filler. Maybe. This wonderful messy stuff. I use Eastwood's not paying me to say this, but I use Eastwood stuff. It's good, and it makes, if you put that plastic honey along with that and the hardener, it makes it really kind of runny. Then you take a paint stick like this and kind of smooth it out. So say I put some here, put it on there, and then wipe it so it's really thin. Let it dry, hardly any sanding, and you've got a really, it's almost like this plastic honey stuff is almost, and believe me, I'm not getting paid to say this. I've seen it work. Look, I'm not letting you see the brand name. All right, yeah, but seriously, it's handy because it seems like, man, all I do with this car is put some mud on, sand, put some mud on, sand, over and over and over and over. It gets ridiculous. So anyway, hold on. I'll try something here. Crew's on. Hi, Crew. On the old Instagram. How could I miss that name? I don't know. I don't know if this has any questions or how does this work on the old Instagram? Honestly, I can see your names, but I don't see any. Somebody say something. Somebody say something on the old Instagram so I can see if you're asking questions, because I have no idea. Maybe I can just open up Instagram on the computer too. Hold on. It's because I'm so tech savvy. Got questions? No questions yet. There's the doggy. Can you hear that? Ta-da. Somebody just asked me to be coming in. Man, I got a frog in my throat. Someone just asked me to be administrator on one of the groups I follow. That's cool. Da-da-da. Hi, Crew. Good. So I can see what you're saying. I'm okay. Since you know who I am, don't tell anybody where I work, and don't tell anything like that. I don't want people to know where I work. You can know, but that's all. Ta-da. How are you? Okay, good. Ta-da. And this other one. not going to work. Buckets Burner. Hi, Buckets Burner on YouTube. Don't forget, if you're on Instagram, check it out, the YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. I would really appreciate it. Getting really close to 2,000. I'm at like 1930 something or other. And I've got actually more on the Instagram, which is usually backwards. But there's 5,000 of you here on Instagram. And if you're crazy, go to TikTok and follow me. Same thing, Geek and Son. Let's make this social media work for us so we could actually, or for me or my wife or whatever. Look on my page on YouTube to find all the, like my good friend Les, his channel's on there. Go subscribe to that. My wife's channel, it's called Finesse, if you like decor and stuff like that. All kinds of good stuff. Then all these other guys, I guess only guys, on my YouTube channel, if you look under channels, a bunch of cool stuff. People that build houses, other people that do cars, that kind of stuff. Check those out if you want. But, that's all. I really wanted to put this, again, I'm back to this Evercoat stuff on this weekend, but just things are going on right now that are not really allowing me to do it. I did just go running, though. That was awesome. You want to see how fat I was? Check out the really old videos on YouTube. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'll put paper on the sides. I'm going to take this. See, say hello to Instagram. I'm going to take this Instagram camera with me. So right here, there's a low spot, like a teeny tiny little ding. I got to fix that. I wanted to do that. And then somewhere right, I can barely find it. Oh, right there. Right there. I think right there is a little bit of a low spot. I mean, we're talking barely, but I want it to be super smooth. Oh, I think I saw another one. Hold on. See, there's another one right there. And then you can't see them, but when you put paint on, you'll be able to see them. Then that's good. On this, which I found out the name for this panel. Anybody know what the name for this? It's the panel behind the rear window. If you guys are on YouTube, sorry you can't come over here. Get on the live stream on Instagram if you want. It's just Geek and Son. You can get on there. Anyway, this is called the Dutchman panel. And one of my online friends, Clark's Place, by the way, check out his stuff. Wow. He makes me look like such an amateur. Really good stuff. Clark's Place on there, he said he was working on his. It's called the Dutchman panel. And he actually was telling me about the window clips that I didn't even think to put in. So when you put the windshield in, it'll snap in. As far as an Evercoat, I need some right there. And then this panel has just plagued me my entire life with this car. It feels really smooth, but I want it better. This one's really good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to put some more. And that is all I'll put on there. Oh, wow. Anyway, things are rolling. Yippee. Wish I could get on. Let's see if I can. If Instagram goes off, I'll be right back. Oh, it did. Dun, 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 dun. Da 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 da. I'm trying to put this live stream. Hi, Sydney. What's up? Again, don't forget, don't tell people where I work. Dun, dun, dun. I'm glad to talk to you, though. Dun, dun. I'm looking. I'm trying to put this live stream on Facebook so people can see it there. Of course, I should have done it before, but you know. Post. And now, back to Instagram. Are we back? Hey, thanks for not leaving. So, hello, Toronto, Ontario. We'll check that out. That's a lot of reach. How you doing, David? I think you were on last time. So, Sydney, I don't know what to say that I can't get in trouble for. So I'll just say hi. Hope you're good. Want to build a car? What else? We got a couple people on the old live. Since it looks like you're just bored, well, read a book. Eat a book. Or, man, there are so many jokes I could do on here. But then if I start talking like that, people are going to figure out where I work. Not that I don't trust all these anonymous people, but you hate reading. But I don't want people to know. Anyway, then practice the old violin for The Devil Went Down to Georgia. That's what I would do. If I was Sydney, I would practice the violin right now, or the flute or whatever it is, and get old Rocky on there and do a duet. In fact, you should. You should have your own YouTube channel. Derek Eden's favorite song, crew. My favorite song is, like, I should just say the one that comes to my mind. It's the one I've been learning to play on the guitar called Johnny Be Good. Watching different people would restore their chargers. Oh yeah, I just found a couple today that are fairly new to YouTube. They don't have a lot of subscribers, so they're hard to find. But there's one called Tin and something, and pretty good. And that Clark's Place one, they don't have a lot of subscribers either, but I would recommend them. In fact, he makes me look like an amateur. He's got the whole rotisserie thing I wish I had. And crew, another one of my favorite songs would be something from Motley Crue called Knock 'Em Dead Kid, which is not violent, so relax. The car, I don't know if you guys know, but I've had it for 6 years, and you kind of go through cycles of work on it 10 hours a day, don't touch it for weeks. I had planned on it, really, to put this, I keep showing this if you've watched it before, here we are, this Evercoat stuff, plastic honey, and this body filler. So there's like 3 places, and believe me, 3 places on this car compared to, 1,003 like it's been, is good. 3 more places, and I'm telling you, this body is going to be laser straight, which would be cool. And I like to take this here flashlight. Is that a flashlight? Yeah, watch. And you kind of go over the surface, and you spray something on it. Like, this looks like I'm selling stuff for Eastwood, but I'm not. I just happen to buy a lot of stuff for them. Put this stuff on, and then you can see it. I'll do some. Watch. Like that. And then you kind of hit it with the light, and it will show you if there's any waves. You're like, well, who cares if there's waves? Don't you just want to drive it and jump a river? Yeah. But, that's okay. I want it to be, this car has taken so much of my time, so much of money, and just sweat and blood and tears and all that I want it to be as perfect as I can get it as an amateur, because I don't do this for a living. I just happen to, have learned and taught myself. Ooh, I have a question for you. Somebody asked me, what intrigues you? I'm like, intrigues? It's kind of an odd word. And I think it means something you're interested in, but you don't really understand, right? So tell me what intrigues you, and I'll tell you what intrigues me. I like learning new things. I like this. I built this car. I didn't have any idea what I was doing. Taught myself how to weld, taught myself how to do body work, taught myself how to do regular cars, all of that. Same thing with guitars or piano, or you like writing stories, Sydney? That'd be cool. I'd like to read one. My son, Geek and Son, wants to be an author. And I've told you guys this before, some of you, that I used to do, because the whole reason Geek comes from, I used to have a company, and still do, but it's just not giant anymore, called Rent a Geek. And I used to fix this guy's computers. And he had a company called the Christmas Box House. And his name is Richard Paul Evans. And he also writes those books. I forget the name, The Electric Guy. My son read them all. You guys probably know what they are. Michael Vey, that's what they're called, Michael Vey. So again, you got to do what you love. And ta-da! Do I love all this work? Well, no, kind of, maybe. It's weird because when you think about it, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. It's a million things. And then one little project turns into 1,000 other little projects. But, over time, they add up and it starts to work. And very soon, if the weather was still good, I could probably have it done painted within a couple of weeks if I had some good weather and some free time. So I could paint it. I really could. And I would paint it myself, which again, I'm not a painter, not a car painter for sure. But you got to figure it out. Here's a question for you too. So this paint for a generallee is orange, right? Right. There's a zillion different, everybody has an opinion on what color. Hey there, how's the general come along? Well, there it is. Dun, dun, dun. Who's Get You Pull Covers? Do I know you? Ugh. Don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram, Geek and Son, TikTok, Geek and Son. I know, me on TikTok, it's ridiculous, but they have a lot of reach, and I'm gonna, use that to my advantage. So anywhere you go, all the, I'll do that though. I do what? I don't know what you're saying. I don't though. I do. Anyway, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all Geek and Son. Check that out. You guys love my ADD. I forgot what I was talking about. The car. Once I'm done, it's gonna be freaking awesome. Now there are people mad because of the flag. Yeah, blah blah blah. Just recently, people say, "Oh, you're a racist." Come on, guys. Really? You guys know me. I shouldn't even go into that. Obviously, I don't care. I just want the car from when I was a child, in my childhood TV show, Dukes of Hazzard. The next one I'll build is Christine. Thank you, Sydney. I agree. I don't think I am. I think I'm nice to everybody. But, there are people that get under my skin, I have to admit, but it has nothing to do with race. If you're a jerk, you're a jerk. Or if you're not a jerk, same thing, right? Anyway, I'm going to race this car. It's going to be fun. Oh, the next car I'm going to do, it's called Christine. If you want to look it up. Thanks, Sydney. I think I am. Maybe since, how can I say this? I'll get myself in trouble. Agreed. Rock the flag, bud. It's heritage on hate. Agreed. My own sister, mad. Come on. Who knows me better? Really. Anyway, my dream car and truck, or yours? Crew Valander and 52. My dream truck. Hi, Buckets Burner. What's the coolest car you own? This 69 Charger. I have a 73 Nova. I used to have a cop car Charger, like a 2009. Was it 2009? Yeah, I think it was 2009. That was pretty cool. And it was even a 4-door, but it was still a pretty cool car. But this one, when this one's done, it's going to have a 540 horse 440 in it. It will be, how do I say that? Bad paper. People know what I mean. It's a joke. Yes, here in Utah, people could rent it for parties. And I would. Maybe I will. I could become a side gig to rent the car out. I have to get insurance in case they want to wreck it or do a hood slide and scratch it. People ask me, "You're going to do a hood slide?" No. You know how much work I did just to get this hood straight? on the TV show in the opening credits. Tom Wopat slides across the hood, and there's an antenna, which I'm not putting on because who wants a radio in it anyway? But he slides over the hood. So now the thing is to slide the hood. And apparently they, waxed it up really good so he could slide. There's no way I would slide. See this filler right here? I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of filler in the front because when I got a brand new hood from AMD, again, they don't pay me to say that. Auto Metal Direct, great stuff. Most of this car is AMD metal. Anyway, I put it on this rack that I got for free, and I'm sanding it, the black coat off of it or whatever to get it down to bare metal, and didn't notice, and I was denting it from the bottom up, hence those marks, and just barely. But I was like, I'm not gonna, again, if I were just gonna leave it dented, I don't know. Anyway, back to Sydney. Tell everyone how nice I am when you get to where we are tomorrow. Or will you be tomorrow? Because I'm not going to be there tomorrow. And don't say what. People are going to figure out what I'm talking about. I don't want them to. Thanks, Sydney. And what else? I got to organize these tools. I'm slowly taking all the junk off of the tops. My son, as in Geek and Son, how do you do air quotes? Organized. Can you see that Instagram? Organized. My tools, which he did a pretty good job. You can see over here, some of you, well, there's a shelf, which is awesome. I used to have the main toolbox right here, and now it's over there, the big black one. We got this newer black one and then the older ones and put them down so they're on the one side because it's easier just to move it back and forth. As much as I move this car in and out trying to fix it and, take it outside so the dust doesn't get everywhere, etc. Having other stuff sticking out, I always have to be really careful not to dent it. And I've just got it on dollies. Check this out. If I were strong, I could totally move it. But it's because I'm used to pushing it out. Pulling it toward me is difficult. So what else? Buckets burner, do you have a fancy pants car? You would technically, I think, call me a Chevy guy. Because I've had my Nova, if you look at the other videos, since I was 15. You're like, what? Yeah. So I was at my high school, and I don't know how, but I took auto shop class. I had no idea that I even had any interest in cars. They probably just put me in the class. And I'm in the auto shop, and there's the olden days horse and buggy, and my Nova was in there, and it wasn't mine. And I'm a 15-year-old kid, zits and glasses and fat and dumb and, the usual. And I see this car. I'm walking around in the auto shop, and there's all these people working on their cars during lunch or whatever they do. And I saw this car and said, that's my car. I don't know if you ever had a moment like that, but when you just know, like, whoa, I almost teared up there. Weird. Not going to do that live. Sometimes you just know what's right and you do it. And so, how do I say that? I broke in the car. Broke in is a strong word. There was no engine, no transmission in it. I stuck my hand up through the transmission where the shifter is, unlocked the door, and hopped in. Now, again, I'm just a dumb kid. Obviously, I wasn't going to steal it. I wasn't going to break anything. I just wanted to sit in it. So I did. And I'm sitting in it. And I'm cool. And then I had to get out. Class was over. And I had no idea who owned the car. I talked to the auto shop teacher, and he said, oh, that's old. I won't tell you his name. And he'll never fix that car. He was just the man. That auto shop teacher was a grouchy old fart. Kind of like me. No. Anyway. Anyway, I'll never fix that car. So I found the kid. He was just a year older than me. And asked him if I'd buy the car. He's like, yeah, because he was happy to get rid of it. He didn't give a crap. And so I bought the car. And he said, oh, yeah, I'll put an engine in it. And to get it ready for you, blah, blah, blah. So months are going by. and nothing. I'm on the bus stop near my house. I see the dude drive by in his big, he had one of those big Dodge truck power wagon, like a 74, just a big, kind of a cool truck. I'm not even really a Dodge guy, but it was a cool truck. And I'm like, dude, when are you going to get this car done? He's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Gave me some crap excuse. And I'd already paid him. Duh. That was one of my first mistakes. But again, I was just a dumb kid. And so then I took my dad and my uncle, my stepdad and my uncle, and we went down and we towed it home. Because I'm telling you, this car had sat there for 2 months at least, nothing done to it. I think he did put the motor in it, but it didn't run. And I mean, then I couldn't fix it. Now I could probably fix it in about half an hour. Maybe not even that. I mean, it was nothing. Big deal. So he freaks out, comes to my house, brings these big, mean bully guys to yell at me, but I never gave it back. And then I didn't see him ever till, I don't know, months and months later. I happened to know where his dad lived, and I stopped over to show him how cool it was, and la-di-da, another long story. But I've had the car ever since. So I was only 15. Most of the mechanic stuff I know, I learned from a guy that lived behind me. His name was Jeff, and he was what's a good word for him? He was an odd guy, but I was going to say nice. Not really. Not mean, but just kind of grouchy, old. He's probably, I don't know, 5-10 years older than me at the time, and lived with his parents and had his own tow truck. It was an International, which was kind of cool. At the time, I didn't know it was. And every time, I took it over there and he got it running very quickly. But every time I would break something, a transmission, the rear end, the drive line, I mean, you'd name it, everything I broke on that Nova, because I was always drag racing, he would fix it. And I don't know where I got money, probably one of my first jobs. Does anybody know what my first job was? My first real people job? Anyway, I do. It was, I'll show Instagram and then you guys can guess on YouTube. Da, 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 da. I'm loving it. Anyway, so I was working there making nothing. And that's how I learned stuff like that. And it also actually taught me a lot of business stuff. A lot of you guys know, if you're watching this, that I ran Rent-A-Geek most of my life before I decided to do what I'm doing now. And watching this guy, what's a nice way to put it? Kind of take advantage of my naive little kidness, taught me a lot about business, not to be a bad guy. And because, I mean, I remember one time I had the drive line out, and a kid that is now a cop, a highway patrolman, said he would chrome my drive line for, I don't know what it was, $10, $20, something in the olden days that was a lot of money to me. And I'm like, yeah. So we had some chrome paint. Man, sometimes you're like, man, what was I thinking back then? But I'm sure the kid turned out, fairly nice if he's a highway patrolman. If he happens to be watching, send me some messages in the old DMs. What time we got? 6:27. You guys have any questions? I'm just rambling along. We already talked about my coolest car. I think the General's the coolest car. It will be. I thought about getting a 68 and converting it to look like a generallee, just change the taillight panel. When I got this, has anybody watched long enough where they know how much I paid for this thing? And I'm telling you, I have changed the trunk floor, trunk extensions, taillight panel, basically cut the entire back of this car off, and the interior floor, and new fenders, new hood, new doors, new quarters on both sides, new deck lid. Everything is new except for the roof, which had a zillion D5 dents in it, dings and dents, and the interior floor, which I cut pieces out and pasted some in. Sounds like a computer guy, cut and paste, but I did. I took stuff that I cut off the sides, cut a panel out of it, and welded it into the floor. Is it perfect? Mm-mm. Is it pretty? Not bad. But anyway, either way, carpet's going to be on top of it, so who cares? And I'm going to do some of that insulation. So, what else? I don't know. Let's see if I can log into the old Facebook and say hello. don't know how to get in. I can't get to my other machine. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yes, I can. Wait a minute, chids. Hold on here, guys. I know we're having such a fun time, but I want to try something. So, again, I could just ramble the rest of my life. I like to tell stories and just go on and go on and go on and on and on and on. Dun, dun, dun. Again, I'm going to say it again in case you just joined. Check me out on YouTube at Geek and Son, Instagram Geek and Son, and also TikTok Geek and Son. That way, you can get all the latest stuff. The Instagram is usually the most important stuff. Okay, hold on. What the heck is going on here? It's like somebody's on my computer. Live stream. Not that one. Sorry, guys. I know I'm rambling again, but I'm looking for something on the old Facebook. I can't find it. There it is. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. Let's see if it worked. It did. All right. Boom. And back. Okay. I just wanted to share the live link on my Facebook page, so anybody who wanted to join could do that. I'm going to take this Instagram machine and walk around the car some more. How about let's look under the hood. Check out this awesome. What? Where's the engine? Oh no! It's gone. It's not gone. I'm gonna. This I just did with a rattle can, and I'm gonna get in there and sand it down. I wonder what would be the best way to sand it, because I don't want to hand sand all this stuff. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do it, probably just with a Scotch-Brite pad or something, and then I'll just spray it like a flat black. I don't think I'm gonna paint it body color. Do you guys think body color or just black under the hood? I'm leaning toward just black under the hood. What else? I'm going to put this paper. That's right, I said paper. On this opening in the windows. And then I'll spray the epoxy primer on after I do. Did I just see a dent? See what I mean? You look here and you're like, what? No, it's the lighting. But still, you work on this. I've worked on this so many hours that a dent is like a punishment. Anyway, I'll get that with that plastic coat stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Once I get that sanded down to 120, I'll go 40, 80, 120 on the sandpaper. And then 40, 80, 20 on the sandpaper. Then spray the epoxy. Ooh, you know what? I can get to it now before I haven't been able to get to it. This is the other filler, or the other filler I've been using. It's the kind. Ooh, that's strong. It's the kind with the fiberglass in it. So this is super strong. I like to put this on top of the welds and that type of thing. What's that? More of the same. Still a very big mess here. Oh, God, have you guys seen this? Pour 15. Look at this. This stuff is so strong. It's the cover rust that ew. It's hardened so much that I can't even open the can. I had to cut the can open. I probably should have put it in some Tupperware or something. I've got other stuff here that's called sprayable filler that I'm going to be using. There's just so many steps. Now, again, I could have sanded this thing down, put a ton of filler all over it, and just be done. But I want to do a good job. Because I don't know, will I have this car forever? I'm not emotionally attached to it, really, like the Nova. So it doesn't really matter that much. But, I want to do a good job. Whoever gets it next won't have to worry about all the junk that I did that was wrong on it. Although, they might find some. But I try to have good intentions and do my best on it, which I think you should. Well, unless we have any questions. Oh, wait, I use it all the time on frame reconditioning. Cool. Port 15. A friend of mine, Les, his channel's on here. If you look on my YouTube channel, under channels, The Road Less Traveled, he's really good. He's like wood carver, but this guy can build anything. He can fix anything. He's a great guy, and he's helped me a ton. He basically fixes my mistakes. But he has a 64 Chevy, the square round, kind of the fat square trucks. If you know Chevy trucks, it's like a 64, I think. And some of the things he used it on, and then boom, the rust is, what's the word? Encapsulated. So it's gone. Basically, it's stuck between the layers, and it's great. I've used it on some stuff. I actually, when I put these hood hinges on, saw some rust that I didn't see. So when I take the hood back off, et cetera, I'm going to have to put some in there before I paint it. But it's good stuff. But it's hard as, I don't know what, something hard. Rock, cement. It's kind of goes on like paint, but it hardens super hard. Like kind of like a plastic. No, more than plastic. Like I can't think of anything that's comparable, but it's durable. All right. I could show you all my painting junk. I really need to organize that. Got a ton of sandpaper and all that. Whoa, let's drop the phone. Wipes and tape and oil and just junk after junk. Here's a ruler I use to check and see if it's flat. I also use just the kind like a paint stick. Depends on how precise I want to get. If any of you use this thing, does anybody know what it is? All it is, here's the old one. You put the mud on here, mix it up. When you're done, tear the sheet off, and you got a clean surface again. I've done it on just this one. This is just plastic. But I don't know, you're supposed to be able to just knock this off, like hit it on something and it. Well, I guess it does work. Comes off in a sheet. That's just annoying. If you could just peel it off with like I did, it's way easier. Or crinkle it. Especially with this fiberglass kind. It doesn't want to come off. It's difficult. I'm going to take somebody's eye out. Not mine. I'm one of those kind of guys that sweet needs paint. There's less on YouTube. If you, sorry, got some stupid cold. No, it's not the Rona. Woo! If you're just joining, join me on YouTube, Geek and Son, or join me on Instagram, Geek and Son, or join me on TikTok, Geek and Son. And no, I'm not going to go on the kid one. What do you call it? Snapchat. It's not my thing. Even TikTok's pushing it a little bit, but there's so many old people on TikTok now. I'm like, well, might as well. I'm going to keep hitting this. How about that? But again, if you had that paper one, you just peel it off and you're done. I don't even want to do this anymore. It's getting annoying. Man, I might have to go get a cough drop. Again, check out The Road Less Traveled on YouTube. Check out Finesse on YouTube. Check out Geeks Off Grid. It's another one of my channels. I've also got another channel called Geeks with Guns. Not really doing anything that with right now because where I live, I used to have a business doing, can I say this? I'm going to say it anyway. Concealed carry permits. And since they changed the law here, you really don't need them. So I just kind of keep the YouTube channel up, but I'm not promoting the business anymore, really. If I ever change the law back, I'll do it again. But that's always nice. Oh, look, a big spider. Is it going to get me? You guys can't see it, but a big spider just walked on my bench. Les, the one that's on YouTube, like I said, he can fix anything. He has a new video up today about making his own kaleidoscope. You guys should check it out. He can fix anything. He can, I mean, you should see his stuff. It's amazing. He fixes what I break on this car. So, all right. We've been on for 41 minutes. Isn't that fun? Check out all the channels. Subscribe to them. I would really appreciate it because I'm getting really close to 2,000 here on YouTube, and I'm already at 5,400, I think, on Instagram. On the old TikToker, I've got none. I just opened it up recently. And has anybody noticed how many freaks there are? Should I say that? I don't care. I just did. We're live, so can't change it. There's a lot of weirdos on TikTok, but there's also some cool stuff. This lady, the other day I was watching this lady, and she has this farm with these dairy cows. I don't remember the name of the channel, I tell you. But she just walked around and showed all of her like brand new calves and ones that were 2 weeks old and ones that were 2 months old. And am I going to be a dairy farmer? No, but it was interesting stuff. And she was doing a live, and that kind of stuff was interesting. I also, I don't know if I've told you, some of you guys know, I speak Italian, I speak Spanish, and watching some people just talking in it, because Italian's not as good as Spanish, but watching them speak in Italian, it's just good practice, because how often do I have a chance to speak Italian with anybody? Spanish, definitely more than Italian, but not lately. So, and that's been decades ago since I learned it. So it leaks out of your brain. What are you going to do? All right. Ask a question or I'm out. Jeopardy music. Do, 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 do. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to all those channels I talked about. Mainly on YouTube. If you look on my page and then look on the channels page. But everything, my social media is all Geek and Son. Okay? Okay. Bye-bye. Let's end the old YouTube first. And Instagram.